Hello and welcome to another episode of my Working with Productivity series. My name is Pullein and today I want to show you how I do my journaling. Now, for many years, I used to use a journal that was like this. And I would write tons of stuff throughout the day into this journal. I mean, this has got some amazing memories in here. Now, this was partly because I loved writing with a fountain pen, and I just liked the idea of being able to pick up like festival bangles or whatever they give you when you go to music festivals. And I've kept it all sorts of stuff, like we went to a Range Rover Velar opening event, like launch event, and I've kept that document in there. There are all sorts of things in here that I've just kept together in here. And I really do love this way of journaling. But there was always a problem, and that was putting in images and photographs. So in 2020, I decided to do, January the 1st, 2020, I decided to try an experiment for 1 year, which was to use a digital journaling application. And the one I chose was Day One. It's probably the most famous one out there. I know there are others, but Day One was the one I used. And what I want to do this week is I want to just go through how I have my Day One set up so that maybe it can inspire you to start the journaling habit. Because as I mentioned in my video last week, journaling has been one of the biggest revelations in terms of my productivity. It's been one of the biggest ways that I've been able to focus in on the stuff that is really important to me and to be able to eliminate the things that are not important. But sometimes they disguise themselves as being important. But being able to journal just for 10 minutes a day has helped me to be able to eliminate those things and more importantly, to be able to identify them when they come up. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to take you into my Day One application now, and I'm going to show you how I set it up and why I'm using templates to be able to help me to just trigger me and my thinking every morning. So let's go into Day One and let's see if I can help you or inspire you to start the journaling habit yourself. Okay, so hopefully you've got some kind of understanding of what Day One is. Basically, it's a purpose-built journaling application. Now, let me just take you through the three different areas that you have. We have down here a list of all your calendars, or your journals, I should say. So I actually started playing around with Day One in 2019. I was only playing around with it, just testing it, see what it was like. I think toward the end of the year, I started journaling with it. And so I did 41 days. But from 2020, that's when I started. January the 1st, that's when I started really using Day One. And as you can see, I did 366 days there. Last year, 365 days were done. My exercise journal, which I actually started toward the maybe in about February or March time, so it isn't fully in there, but 213 days of exercise. But that is going to... Actually, no, I did 213 days of exercise. Sorry, it was 2020 when I started the Health and Fitness Journal, probably round about March. But in my exercise journal last year, I started in January and I managed to do 213 days of exercise. Now, that's just a quick overview of what you can actually see using Day One. Now, 2022 has started already, so I've now got here my 2022 journal. I've exercised 6 days out of 8. So that's good, I think. Actually, it's 6 days out of 7 because I haven't done today's journal and I've actually added this day so I don't reveal my own private thoughts into this. So it's actually, I have exercised 7 days. So there you go. It's 7 days out of 7. I will be exercising tomorrow. So that gives me a good overall score, if you like, of where I'm at. So what I do with my daily journal is I always add an image or two. So yesterday I did 2 images. 2 images on Wednesday. I did 2 images on Tuesday, 1 image on Monday, two images, one image on Sunday and two images on New Year's Day, which I call the sun rising on the first day of the year. I also put a day headline. Now you're going to see here, this is an empty template that I've created. Now I'm going to show you how to do the templates in a moment. But what I wanted to do here is just show you the template that I've got. So my day headline, as you can see here. So I've got here first proper recording day of the year, because today was the first day I actually recorded my YouTube videos properly. Yesterday was a busy day. Wednesday we went to Seoul. Whatever first thing that comes into my mind, I usually put in here as a heading. So that's my day headline. This section here is where I just empty my head of thoughts. I just dump everything that I need to, that's just on my mind. And this is mainly where I spend the 10 minutes every morning writing my journal. And it can be anything. It can be a solution to a problem. It could be a problem that I'm experiencing. It could be just something about the weather. It doesn't really matter what I write here. It's basically just a record of the day. Now, when I mentioned in my previous video about doing journaling in the morning, people were saying, why don't you journal at night? Well, sometimes I do. If I finish early enough, yes, I will do my journaling at the end of the day as well. I'll add maybe another paragraph or a couple of sentences. But my main journaling is done in the morning. And quite often when I'm doing my journaling in the morning, I will add to the previous day. So, it's always up to date. And this is just a matter of where I'm keeping my thoughts. Next section here is my checklists, if you like. So right here are what are my must outcomes for today. And I only usually have 2 or 3. I may sometimes add a third one. But this is where I will put what are the 2 or 3 things that must happen today. And the purpose of this is just to get me focused in on the day. And then what do I need to improve? Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. I don't always write anything here. Sometimes, though, if I'm very conscious of something that I'm not doing that I need to improve on, then yeah, I will add it in here. What did I learn today? Now, this is, again, something I don't always write, but when I do a review of the previous day's journal entries, if I think, yeah, yesterday I did learn something, I will add it in here. And then I come to my checklists. Now, my morning checklist, this is just my morning routine. So I make coffee, I drink my lemon water, I do my stretching and priming. And priming is really linked to this. What are my outcomes for the day? I write my journal and then I check my email. So those are the 5 things that I do every morning as part of my morning routine. Now, in total, it takes me, including checking email, it will take me around about 30 to 40 minutes to do that. I like to start the day an hour before my first appointment, or say an hour before I need to start working. So I have a good hour to do this if I want, but usually it takes about 30 to 40 minutes. And then right here in the evening, I've got my evening checklist. So did I take my supplements, basically vitamins and minerals and probiotic? Did I do my daily planning, which is related to my Todoist and calendar? And did I do 30 minutes learning? So what I usually do in the evening time before I close out the day is I will sit down and maybe watch a YouTube video or read something related to learning. And here is also a place where I will actually put what exercise I do. And basically, it's very much linked to what I've got here: leg day, active rest day, chest day, shoulder day, 4.5 kilometer run. So that will give me whatever I did on those particular days. I just actually put in there what I am doing. So there you go. Now, templates. Now, if you're using a Mac, or you can, whether you're using this on your phone, day 1, I'm going into preferences. You can't see this, but I'm going to go into my preferences. Hopefully that's going to, yes, it does. It opens up a new window here, and you can see that I've got templates. Now here, I can click on that, and I've got a daily template, which is what you've just seen there, and I've got an exercise template. Now, just to show you my exercise template, again, I've got what type of exercise did I do, where did I do it, how long, how many sets, and then I've got my observations. Did I pick up any injuries? How did I feel? Maybe what the weather was like. And then you'll probably see from here, if I click on that, I can't. I actually take a screenshot of my phone's exercise tracker so I can see the calories, how long, my heart rate average. I get so much information from that. So I just take a screenshot of that and add that at the bottom. Now you can create your own templates very easily. From here, all I need to do is click on here, new. Now, you can call this whatever you want. I'm going to call this whatever journal you want. So, and tags. Sorry, we're talking about templates here. I can add this to whatever, let's say 2020 health and fitness. Just call it exercise log. So you can do this, by the way, for anything. And then in here, I can add a section. So I can just click on here and we can add whatever sections that we want. So maybe I'm going to do title and then drop down and then put what did I do, etc. So you can add in whatever you want in there and then I can save it. I'm not going to save that because I just like to keep things really simple. Now, by the way, what you can also do is you can go into the gallery, and the gallery will give you some previously created templates, which then you can modify. So let me just do this again. So we're going to create a new one. We're going to create a new one, a gallery. And I'm going to, let's do the 5-minute journal. So journal, non-tags, 5-minute AM. I am grateful for, what would I like to make great today? Daily affirmation. You can go down here, add section. So I can add in a section like, what exercise did I do? Okay, and then when you save this, it's there. You've now got that template. I'm struggling for my words there. So you've actually got everything that you need right there to create your own templates, which are really, really good. Now I'm going to delete that one because I like to keep mine clean and tight. So that's where I keep my journals, my gallery. So going back to what I mentioned before about the exercise. So you can see in here, if I just, the exercise, let me just create a new template. So I'm going to go new from template exercise, and you'll see that my exercise template today was, I'm afraid, active rest again. Busy day. I can say I did my 50 press-ups because I did, and I can do I did do a 30-minute walk, and that was basically it. I can say that was at home. Time was maybe 40 minutes. I don't know how long it was because I haven't taken the screenshot. And then I can just add in anything else. But you'll see here from the thumbnail of the images, I have actually just taken a quick screenshot on my phone of the actual exercise that I did, and then I paste it in here. But the beauty of that is when I go to my calendar view, I can now see it blacks out when you've actually done an entry. So I can see what I've done. It's all in there. So you've got all sorts of like wonderful things that you can actually put into your journal. And this is essentially why I use day one. Now, one final thing that I want to show you is this one called memorabilia. Now, what I do with this is if I actually see any images or something that I like. So I saw here Jim Rohn. There was 5 things that Jim Rohn, lessons from Jim Rohn. Fear kills more dreams than failure ever will. I'll put all sorts of like, I love Range Rovers. I think anyone who's followed me for a long time, you know that I love Range Rovers and Land Rovers. So you can see that I've actually got images there. I've got Tony Robbins. So these have come from October, November, December. I put all sorts of things in there. Kenny Everett, wonderful Kenny Everett, wonderful guy, very famous comedian. One of my favorite teachers of all time, Joseph McClendon III. I just love to, I saw this quote and I loved that. Daley Thompson, it was from my era of athletics. I just think this is such an iconic picture. His competitors are just flat out on the ground and he's still standing. So I keep all sorts of like stuff in here. The Range Rover on the 15th of June was 50 years old. So there you go. I put a picture of an image of the first Range Rover. So there you go. So I put all sorts of things in there and it's just random stuff that I'm collecting, but usually it involves a quote or an image. So there you go. That's what I put into day one. I really wanted to share that with you because I think if you're thinking about what one habit could you start in 2022, then I'm going to tell you right now, start journaling. Create yourself a template, very much similar to what I've got here. You don't have to copy this exactly. You can create your very own. What are the morning routines that you do? What are your must outcomes? Now, don't go mad here. Just put no more than 3 because you want it to be achievable. And then you've got a record of how successful you've been at achieving your outcomes every single day. You've got accountability for your morning routines. If you're like the one I tend to skip for some reason is my stretching and priming. I've made a conscious effort this year, 2022, to make sure I'm doing that. And again, making sure I've taken my supplements in the evening and keeping a track, just a basic track of what I've done on exercise. There you go. I wanted to share that with you. I hope you found it useful. Thank you so much for watching this episode. And it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Hello, thank you very much for watching my videos. Now I have something exciting to tell you about. Recently I have developed a brand new time management system. It's a system designed to manage your time in the 21st century. The world has changed a lot over the last 20 years. In fact, it's actually changed a lot this year. And what we need now is a system, a time management system that is very easy to use, easy to maintain, so that you can spend more of your time doing the work. And that's what the time sector system is all about. It's going to change your whole belief system about the way a time management system should work, because this focuses on when you are going to do the task. And let's be honest, it doesn't matter how motivated, inspired, or how urgent something is. If you don't have time to do it, it is never going to get done. And that's what this system is built around, getting your work done, so you can spend more of your time doing the things that you want to do. I hope you join me in this course. The full details of the course are in the show notes below, so please join me, and thank you very much for watching this brief video.